Hi, everyone. Welcome. Oh, I have an echo. Hold on a second. That should be better. Sorry about that. Just one button I didn't click. And sorry about the light here. I was filming this morning and let's see. I'm just going to move it out of the way for now, and I'll have to make sure that I put it back when we go onto my desk. I was filming, and I had the setup a little bit different this morning. So welcome. I am Christine Jousty of Mail Something Pretty, and I appreciate you tuning in, whether it be live or on the replay. And let me know if you are watching live to make sure that it's working. Hi, Nancy. Because I had that echo before, but I think we're good. And I saw Bonita. I saw that you joined in live before I even hopped on live. I don't know how that worked, but thanks for watching and tuning in right on time. And I was late. I have a fun project to show you, and then some cards to go in the fun project. I think you'll like. So let me make sure you. There I am. Hi, Mary Lou. Sorry about that being late. So let's see. We are going to do everything in my basket here. I usually have it set up on my desk, and I can't. We're gonna do the Wildflower Designs. Oh, I might have called it Gardens on the description. I'll have to fix it. I bought this stamp set. I pre-ordered it when it back in April. I think I was able to pre-order things for the new annual catalog, and I loved it. I love the scripts, and then I really liked I actually particularly liked this flower. To me, it reminds me of an allium, and I love alliums, but it's also kind of like a dandelion, like the white puff, which is fun to make cards. Hi, Debbie. So anyways, I loved it. I made this project that I'm going to show you, and I was going to have it as my product spotlight, and it sold out because everyone else loved it. So it's back. The bundle is back. The suite is not, because there's gems that go with it. The gems is what's back ordered, but everything else, the stamp set, the dies, the paper, the embossing folder, those are all available. I'm just going to use the stamp set and the paper today, but I'm going to show you the dies. All right, so let me actually get that out. All right, I have to fix this. Hold on a second. I want you to get dizzy as I fix it there. There we go. That light was shining. So actually, before I show you this, in my email this morning, I showed some flat note cards. And so when I first started stamping, which was 17 years ago, almost exactly 17 years ago, I think, I took my first class. And Nancy was my upline, or she wasn't my upline then, she was my teacher. And we always did like 3 or 4 cards in a class, and she did these note cards, which I just really liked. So they're just flats. And so sometimes when you just need to write a little note and you don't want just plain paper, they're great. So this one I used some of the paper from the Wildflower Designs, although I think the paper's called something different. I'll look it up. This one I did on the horizontal, and I just did a simple stamp. These are simple. And you can alter them however you want. I just did a thank you right on top. This one I did a thank you on the side. And I did highlight, I think, each one sheet of paper, not every side. And this one I just had a little dragonfly. I mean, really simple. But to get a little note when you just have to send something, this one I just put some little dots on there. So that's what I sent my email. I will at some point get that up on my blog too if you didn't get the email, just so you can have them to look at. But I just wanted to show you those. And let me just find in here, because actually I'm copying one of the cards in here. So here is the suite. So like I said, these little dots here, which are kind of cool, but they're not available right now, but everything else is. And so my product spotlight is just for the bundle. So if you purchase the bundle by Saturday, I made this box. And so you would get the tutorial for the box. Just as a thank you gift. And the tutorial will be available for purchase next week if you want to just buy the tutorial. But the cool thing is, when you slip off the cover, you have this diagonal. So it almost looks like those magazine, those magazine, not racks, but things. So you could even make multiples of just these and stack them on your shelf and just have cards. You could label them on the side or on this side, and it's just a nice way to organize. And then you can just put cards inside. And I just thought it was a nice gift. So that's the tutorial. But what we're going to make the cards today. Let me move that aside, that aside. All right, we have Cindy here. Mary Lou says, I think the flat note cards are a great idea. Oh, good. I love them. I mean, just as a quick little thanks for whatever, or here's a check, or I don't know. Sometimes you just want to send something, but you don't want a big card. All right, let me show you this too before we start making the cards, because these are the dies. And so these outlines go with the flowers right there. So that's, pretty standard. But these dies, so you get 3. And I actually, in my email, I actually made a mistake. I said you could get 4 cuts from these 3 designs, 3 dies, but actually you can get 5. And I'm going to show you. Mary Lou says, I made magazine holders for my 6-inch paper. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a really good idea. So the biggest one, let me show you this way. I cut them all in one color. So the biggest die cuts this, so you actually get 2 pieces. And I don't know if you can see, yep, both have the stitch to like the dotted look, so you can use both. I'll show you some other cards too, but you could even cut this in 2 different colored papers and then swap them, which I actually did for one of the cards I'll show you. And then you get this one also cuts 2, which this is the one I forgot to cut 2. So you get the scallop look, and it cuts 2. So it cuts the inside and the frame. So this inside is plain, there's no stitching, but this one has kind of a nice detail. And then these kind of, actually do it this way. You can, nest them together. This one will be hard to see because it's 2 colors, but, and then the small one does this one, and it has that same stitched, the dotted look. So that can be nested in here, or you can nest it in here. So they're kind of cool dies on their own, even if you didn't get the stamp set, although you have these. So they're fun. So let me show you those other cards, and then I promise we'll get into the cards today. But I had made these back in, I think it was June, because I thought I was spotlighting it. And so this card, you can kind of see, had the scallop. I had the 3 layers in there. So nothing hard. Actually, nothing hard at all, because look, I copied it right out of the catalog. And this one, remember I said I thought it looks like an allium. And so I had just spotlighted the just that one stamp, and then we just did the layers with the frames. And then this is the one that I used, the big one. And I just reversed the paper. So the big one cut the striped paper with that paper, and then the brown, and I just flopped them. If that's a word. So anyways, they're great dies. It's a great stamp set. I love the font and the words. So there you go. All right. What we are doing today, though, I'm going to show you the cards that are going to go inside that box. So I'm just using the colors that were actually only 3 of the colors that was in the paper. Oh, I can show you all the papers actually. So you get, this is Moody Mauve, and you get that, and so that's a lot of Wild Wheat. You get, this is a lot of it is Misty Moonlight, and this is like a linen, just a linen. And this one actually has the same linen background with the flowers on top. I love this paper. The back is just like a blue linen. And this one is the blue one, just like that, the mauve. Same one. And then you get, I think this is upside down, but the mauve. You get some linen with the wild wheat. And then you get, oh, they're upside down, sorry. You get this one with the mauve and the different kind of tones of the mauve, the linen, and that one. So that's the pack of the paper. And it's 15% off to the end of August. There are 14 packs of paper actually that are on sale, so that's just one of them. All right, let me, here, I have, actually, I think I'm gonna put the, shoot. I forgot something. All right, we'll see if I run downstairs and get it or not. Darn it. All right. Actually, we're gonna stamp first before I do that. I'm making 3 cards. I have an extra, and I'm gonna stamp them the same. Do I have scrap paper? Yes. Some of it's gonna go off. Oh, hold on a second. I forget sometimes that I can use my, I just don't want the light to glare. I can use my glass mat as scrap paper because I have my cleaning cloth here that is dry. I think I have some whites here. Oh, okay. I'm a mess. I thought I was so organized today. I'm actually gonna, but I bet you guys do this stuff. I'm just putting water on my cloth to soak into my, because I want to show you that you can use, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this on top of that in case I leak. Actually, you get this with the cleaning cloth and the glass mat. Put that over here. Okay. This is live stamping. I did spill some water. Use my eyeglass thing to wipe that up. Okay. I think we're dry here. Okay. I just want you to see that you can use this as like scrap paper. And then we just wash it right off. Okay. So I have my stamps on a block. And I'm going to start with I have Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight. 3 colors. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp. How did I do it? Stamp. This one straight on, and this one is going to go off a little bit. So I did go off on my glass mat. I'm going to actually make them all the same. Some people, yeah, I think you either love or hate this Wild Wheat. I actually really like it, but as long as you pair it with kind of the right color combination, otherwise by itself, I don't think it's a color that really works by itself. I made that a little higher than I wanted it to. That's all right. All right, I'm going to do 3 there. A lot of these will get covered up, like where those seams are. And then this is like that little, this actually reminds me of a dill flower or a fennel flower. And I was actually just outside looking. I have both growing in my garden. I have it down. I had the other one higher up. And they, the swallowtail butterflies like to lay their eggs on it. And I had, actually, I could even post a picture. I took pictures of 2 swallowtail caterpillars yesterday. And right before this live, which is honestly why I was late, I was looking for them and I couldn't find them. So hopefully they're somewhere safe. All right, so I'm moving that away. I'm going to use this in just the cleaning cloth, which is partially wet now. It just wipes it off. And then you're good to go. It doesn't even really leave that much water behind, but I'll just wipe it because I'm using white paper. Just check my hands. Okay. So that is kind of the stamping. If we need to add more, we will, but I don't think we really do. So the first one, I have Mossy Meadow card base. Move these over. And all right, what I was gonna do, I do want to show you what I was gonna do. All right, I'm gonna close these because I have to go get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in my 3D folder because I want to show you, because I'm gonna emboss that with the fern folder. And I have plain ones to show you, so I just wanted to show you the difference. So I know I've run downstairs really quick. Last time it was less than like a minute. I'm just getting things straight. So here, I'm gonna just put that there so you can look at that. I'll be right back. Here I am. Okay. I have a mini machine up here, but the embossing folder is too big for the mini machine, so that wasn't gonna work. Okay, so I'm going to put those through. I use the fern embossing folder. You can use anything. I just thought the fern kind of went with the flowers, with ferns and wildflowers growing together. So this is a 3D embossing folder. So I'm just using the standard base. And really for this one, it really doesn't even matter where you put it in. So you don't have to be quite as exact. So I'm just putting that stamped piece through in the embossing folder, and I use the gray top plate. And that's through. Thank you for your patience while I ran downstairs. All right, I'm going to do it for each of them because I have plain versions to show you of these cards too. So I want to show you both. And they both look nice, but sometimes it's nice to have two different things next to each other to compare. Okay, so that's the second one. So actually, before I do that, you can kind of see the difference. That one has the fern, and then that one's plain. And they both look really nice. But this, it just gives it a little something extra. Put that down here. Okay. All right, so now those have ferns just embossed on them. So now I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to, and this one is, well, there's nothing really complex about any of them, but it's on the simpler side because I'm just going to put this right on top. I don't really have any extra elements. Even just that together, I think, is really pretty. I think Mossy Meadow is a wonderful color. All right, and I think this one's better. I already used the Sending Happy Thoughts, which is in the set, and I embossed this with, or heat embossed this with the white embossing powder, and I'm just going to put that right on top with dimensionals. And I only have outer ones, so I always cut my edges. So you guys know that on usually the last Thursday of the month, Anne and I do a joint live, like a global joint live. And so we're actually featuring the glass nuts. which I don't know what I'm doing yet, but that's why it was one reason why I wanted to show you that. All right, so I have, these are called dragonflies and birds, or birds and dragonflies. And you can kind of see that brushed brass. And I'm going to put on this one, I think I'll do dragonflies. I've had lots of dragonflies in my yard this year. I'm very happy. And the other one I'm going to show you, I used the brass butterflies, but I used them all up. Let's see, we always do things in 3, right? Oh, where do I want it? I'll put it up here. All right, so that is this version, and I hope you can see it there, the fern embossed on there. And this one is not embossed, just flat. And this one I just used the butterflies. So pretty simple, but striking. Oh, and I'll do the insides. That's what I did on the insides. And actually I did that on the envelopes. We'll do that at the end if I remember. And like I don't know if I should or not. I copied it. There you go. It's right there. Just copied it. Other ways of, if you wanted to, you could leave this part flat and you could emboss the back. I think that would look really nice too. All right, Mary Lou likes it. Oh, I'm glad. And she says, I do love my glass mat, especially for measuring. Use it for grid paper. Yeah, it's perfect for that. I'm glad you like it. Let me know, everyone else too, if you're watching, if you have the glass mat, what you like about it, what techniques or what you do with it. And that might give me an idea of what I'm going to do in my live, and it's either in a week or 2. All right, the next card is, let's get all my stuff out of my basket here. I'm using Misty Moonlight, and I'm using some of the paper. So it's the same paper, just opposite sides. So I'm going to use a strip of that, and I'm going to stamp on that. And these are all standard card sizes. Oh, I'm glad you like them, Nancy. They're kind of, elegant's not the right word. Naturalistic. I don't know. I think they're good for, they're feminine and masculine. They're kind of neutral, I guess is a better word. All right, so that was just an inch strip by 5.5. And so I was looking at my cheat sheet here, what I did. And so that's going to go on top like that one. My glue's almost gone, but I have another one. Let's see if I can make it last. And on this one, I actually want to use some linen thread because I'm going to stamp. Actually, I can stamp now on here on this paper. I don't know if you can see it has like that linen look. And I'm going to stamp. Oh, it's right here. Phew. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow right on here. So this one is going to be a thank you. I have 2 pieces just in case I make a mistake. And I really do love that script, or the font, or whatever you call it. I really like it. So I'm going to put that kind of there. This one. Let's see where I want to put. I'm still going to put it there. That will have a lot of green, but that's okay. So I want to wrap the linen thread, but I have this fold in the way. So what I'm going to do, I just kind of gauge where I want that to go because I don't want you to see this space. So it's going to go right there. This is just a little foam pad. It's actually very old from Stampin' Up, but it's just like this. It's really the same thing as these. They call those the pierce mats, but this one has holes in it, so I just use this one. I use my take your pick tool with a poker piercer. I'm just going to eyeball where the center is to here and poke a hole right through it, right on that folded edge. And what I'm going to do is take my linen thread and just have it go through, wrap it around, sure I have enough to tie. All right, so I'm gonna let that just kind of sit for a minute. I'm gonna let it sit right there. And I'm gonna put dimensionals on here, and I'm gonna cut these little thinner ones. Or mini glue dots work, or the foam strips work. I'll just take a glue dot and cut it in half. Not a glue dot, dimensional. Because I want there to be like a little channel in between, because I'm going to have that go right over the so I really could still pull it through if I needed to make it longer or shorter. And I'm just going to turn it around because it works better that side. I think this one I'm going to tie a knot and then a bow. The other one I just did a bow. I think this one needs to stay still. Okay, so now I'm going to make a bow. And cut. All right. And then, so that's pretty just as it is. But since I have these guys, I'm going to, see, I did dragonflies on the other example. I'm trying to decide if I want the birds. Sure, I'll do the birds. I'm going to put a bird right in that little gap there. And then another one down here. Oops, I guess that one's flying down. And then sometimes I struggle where I want this third one to go. I'm going to put it there. All right, so that one, again, has that fern embossing folder. There you go. And this one is flat. So it might be hard to see the difference, but there you go. But they're both really nice. Okay, so that is the second one. I have one more. All right, oops. So here's my third one. So when I was, I am gonna use the wild wheat, but I almost used, I lost it. I was going to use the mauve, and when I was putting it together, because I was gonna go like that, and then this was gonna go on top, and then my words that I'll stamp were gonna go here, and that would be fine and nice. But when I went to put the glue down, I said, oh, I kind of like that. But maybe not. I mean, it's fine with the mauve base, but I decided to do it this way with the, and then I actually consulted my son because he was there. I said, is that too busy? You know, again, remember we're gonna have the words there. He goes, I don't think so. I said, hold on a second. Let's see if this helps. So I just cut a mossy meadow with a skinny little border. And that separation makes it, I think, a whole lot less busy. So that's what we're going to do. So, I like having options. I like that there's no right way. It's all kind of interpretation and what you like. All right, so I don't think I ever told you what size these are. They are 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, the whites. And so I just made this a smidge bigger, the 1/8 of an inch bigger, whatever that is. You could have made it a 1/4 inch bigger, but I wanted to see a lot of that, so I just made it a skinny little border. Oh, I'm glad you're liking these. All right, so that's like that. And then, did I pop that one up? Where's my, I did. Okay. So before I put that together, I'm going to use dimensionals actually. I'm going to stamp. You've Been on My Mind. I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight ink. And this is part of that set. I'm using beige. I could have used white, and I could have used crumb cake because crumb cake is part of this kind of this suite here. The beige is kind of in between crumb cake and white, and I just think it just gives a little bit extra color, but not too much color. So that's what I did. So I'm actually going to glue that on. I know that's not on there yet, but I'm going to put this on first. I want it to overhang a little bit there. And now I'm going to put dimensionals on that whole thing. There they are. So I tend to just put dimensionals in the corners. But I know there's, and maybe once in a while I'll put one in the middle. But I know there's some people who use tons of them. All right, Mary Lou says, good choice with the beige. It pops that way. Yeah, I'm glad you thought so too. It's becoming a color that I really like, and I'm using, it's a great neutral. It matches everything. And sometimes white is just a little too flat. And this one, where'd my little birdies go? Used these ones, so I'll use this one. There you go. So that one has the fern. There you go. And this one is plain. Okay. And then I'll just, this is what I did on the envelopes that just kind of matched the insides of the cards. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining in. We're almost done, but I'm going to show you what we did. First, though, actually, I'm going to stamp the insides of the cards real quick because they're all going to be the same. And I'll do the same thing. I'll use my glass mat, and then I'll wipe it off. And I'm just going to use two colors. I'm going to use the Wild Wheat and the Misty Moonlight. I do really love these flowers. I'll do it this way. I think wildflowers can be beautiful. And while I have that there, I'm going to do the other envelopes, and then we'll put them all in the box. I just want to make sure I don't, I'm going to do these a little higher up, hoping that I don't smudge. Okay, I'm going to do one at a time. So that's the envelope. I have to say, it does feel weird to get ink right on my mat here, but oh, I just did that one upside down. That's okay. Shoot. I think I did two of them upside down. That's okay. All right, so those are the envelopes. Let me take my little wipe off the ink. There we go. That's all set. And then I'll put everything here so you can see it. Mary Lee says, I prefer the embossed image. I do that when I make quilted background papers with strips. Yeah, yes, it's a great way of that quilting technique. You know, when you make the quilts, the patchwork quilt, and then you do all the quilting on top of it, it really just kind of ties it all together. I'm in agreement with you. I actually like the fern one better myself, but they're both really nice. Glue, it's here. I just want to get these inside. And I did the insides 3 3/4 by 5, just so you had a little bit of a border. Since the borders were kind of big on this side, I mimicked the borders on that side. All right, so that one needed an inside That one has one needed inside. I'm just going to use this glue because it's fuller. Like my dimensionals, I don't think you need to use a lot of glue either. I'll show you on the other one. I generally just go around the edge. I really think, like, you see, I think that's plenty of glue. I know some people use lots and lots of glue, but then they get sticky and it oozes out and then they don't like the glue. So I love the glue and I use less of it so that it doesn't ooze and get sticky. Okay, so here are, again, you might not be able to see it from down or from the camera angle. Oops. But each one has, there you go, a fern embossed and a plain. And then here's the wild wheat. So I have 6 cards. I have 6 envelopes. Some of the envelopes may be upside down. And I have my box. I'm going to put the envelopes in the box. And then I'm going to stack my cards and put them inside. So I think you could fit more, but I think 6 cards and 6 envelopes fits in here really nice. And then I'm going to put my cover on. And here's a beautiful gift. Thanks, Mary Lou. So like I said at the beginning, if you're just getting in, this box tutorial, I will send you for free if you order the bundle, the Wildflower bundle. I've lost the dies. There they are. They're not going to be so neat, but the Wildflower Designs dies and stamp set, the bundle. If you order that by Saturday, end of day Saturday, I'll send you the box tutorial for free. But the tutorial will also be available to purchase next week. So I'm just wrapping up the details on that. So that's my product spotlight. All right, perfect gift, says Nancy. Great job. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. I like them. I think that, you know, especially if you're smart. We'll see if I'm smart or not. You can make several of these. Let me put my face back on here. You can make several of these now, and then you have Christmas gifts all set to go. You can put them in a little gift bag, and then you're all set to go because you can use these real year round. All right, so thanks very much for tuning in live on the replay on Facebook or on YouTube, however you're watching. If you come in late, that's okay. Just because you can't really rewind, but just press play again for the to watch the replay, and you'll see the cards that I just made that are inside the box. And I will take photographs and post them and everything as well. So thanks, Cindy. I'm glad you like them. So for the month of August, Stampin' Up! Is giving 15% off on 14 different packs of Designer Series paper. So most of the, almost all of the pattern papers in this catalog, not the specialty, but just the plain pattern. So I think they come out to like $10.62 instead of, I forget the regular price. So that's really good. So you can stock up on some papers and you can make all sorts of cards and boxes as gifts. All right. Thank you so much. I will, there's a Tuesday coming up that I won't be live, but I don't think it's next week. I'll let you know. So I think I'll see you next week. But in the meantime, have a wonderful day and enjoy this. We have beautiful weather here, so I hope you have beautiful weather where you are too. I am off to take a walk in the woods. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye-bye.